guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christina and I have Andrew back to talk about his experience with the second trimester because we are now in the third trimester and we did this for the first trimester, so I thought it'd be fun to do it for the second trimester. So what was your experience in the second trimester?
It was fun.
So this is like the time where the nausea subsided and that's when I'm starting to feel better.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was?
It was fun, yeah. It was fun.
Do you remember anything about the second trimester? It's a long time. And it's like more directly happening to my body, so it's probably easier for me to recall. But
yeah,
this is when the round ligament...
Oh, did I feel that kick for the first time?
You did?
In the second trimester?
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was around week, what, 18, 19?
Yeah.
I felt the first kick at week 17.
So the first trimester, or no, the second trimester.
Yeah. That's when like my round ligament pain kicked in and stuff.
Round ligament pain, that was in the beginning, and then you got your energy back a little bit. The kick, I felt the kick, which was really cool. That was like, she put my hand on her stomach and it was like, it felt like that, like a little, like someone did that. And I was like, whoa, because it was really obvious. It was like, it was very clear that was a kick. And that was early on, and that was pretty cool. So now it's like all the time. And now she's constantly asking me to feel the baby. And I'm just like, no, I'm good, I'm okay.
He feels it like once or twice. He's like, cool. And I'm like, every kick to me is like the new kick, the first kick. I'm like, so like, oh, remarkable.
No, it is. It's really cool. Like, I remember actually being an indication that the things were happening.
Yeah.
So especially early after the first trimester was over.
Yeah.
When we got into the second trimester, I remember I always wanted to hear about if there was any movement or any kicks. And you would say, like, I would be in my studio working or something, and then Christina would be like, from the other room, she'd be like, oh, I felt another kick, or I felt something, and it was always such a cool point.
Especially in the beginning when he first started, because it was so new, right?
Yeah, and it was like, it was such a cool experience through you saying it. Like, I was just like, I was always not necessarily relieved, but it was just really cool. Like, I was like, oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So it's something that I haven't really ever experienced in my life before. That feeling. Although I did say that the experience that I get watching Christina experience joy from the baby moving or whatever, I do have a similar experience when I watch my dog experience joy from running in a field. So, you know, we walk Hazel, our dog, and she runs and plays with her dog, and I'm always so happy for her. I'm like, wow, she looks so happy, and it makes me feel happy. So that was a similar experience to watching you. It's like, you do look genuinely happy, which is kind of cool, because I have been thinking, like, over the last week or so, I'm like, some women might hate pregnancy. Yeah. And I'm like, Christina seems like she really likes it, which I think is pretty cool. Like, wow, she actually really likes this, and that's like cool. I
mean, there's aspects of it that are really awesome. Obviously, like, that makes everything worth it. But it's been really challenging. Like, I had no idea I would feel in my body the way that I do. I had no idea I would have the pains and aches that I do. And that's been really challenging, like waddling since the beginning of the second trimester. Like, that seemed way too early, and it's only getting worse, you know? And so there's aspects of it I could do without, but I feel like, yeah, the movement, like feeling him kick is like, it's out of this world. Like, it's nothing I've ever experienced, and I'm like, yeah, I love it. Every kick is like...
Why?
Because it's like a point of connection. It's like a point of, he's here, and there's like an engagement happening, and it's just like, it also reminds me of like, this is real and he's gonna be here. Like, this is a little being, a little body that I'm gonna like soon be able to meet. And so it's like, as the kicks progress, it's just like he's getting stronger and bigger, and that's like just getting closer to the time where he's gonna be here and like all of a sudden in our life, and he's gonna
it does feel like it, especially in the last few weeks, it's become more real because things have progressed normally. And the kicks have become more, the movement has become more, and there's almost like more of a trust that's developed just seeing how things have happened normally.
The last video that we did together, you mentioned, as I did too, is we had a lot of fear about the miscarriage, right? So the first trimester is like very like a sensitive time because so many miscarriages happen in the first trimester. So how has your experience been with that specifically in relation to like losing the pregnancy in the second trimester? Like, has it subsided at all? Or?
Yeah, it has, but it's not necessarily, I don't know if it's subsided or if I have more trust now, where before it was just all fear.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that, Hazel, you want to be in the video?
Yeah, just
What do you think about the third trimester? So yeah, I feel like there still has been fear, like I still have those fears come up.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think just with things progressing, also that there is more trust too. Like,
yeah.
Where before there was no trust because it was like I didn't have anything to hold on to, but now it's just been so long, and like seeing the progression.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you're planting something and once it's got its roots more established, you kind of trust it a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hazel, you're in the way.
Okay. What were some of the biggest changes you noticed in me in the second trimester?
Hazel, I cannot concentrate. So cute. You're a star. You're gonna be a star. You're gonna be a YouTube star. But I can't concentrate and communicate with Christina effectively with you staring at me.
Just focus.
I am focused.
On the video.
Okay.
Biggest changes in me in the second trimester.
Snoring.
Oh yeah! Snoring.
Like, I had to go and sleep on the couch one night.
Yeah. And he had to wake me up to tell me he was going on the couch because I was snoring.
Yeah, like
okay.
It initially started where I could like nudge you and you would kind of stop snoring, but now it's just full on deep snoring every night.
Is it really?
Pretty much, yeah.
Every night?
Yeah.
How come you don't go to the couch and sleep?
Because I just have embraced it as a normal thing that it's like I just try and become one with it and then I just fall asleep.
Do you?
Kind of.
It seems like every time I get up, because I get up like 3 to 4 times a night, about every 2 hours to pee.
Yeah.
It seems like you're always awake.
When you get up?
Yeah. Like you don't ever sleep at night, it seems, because you're always just like awake.
Because you're like snoring and moaning, and like when she turns over, it's like there's no mistaking what's going on. And there's like,
well, sometimes you ask.
It takes like 15 minutes for her to turn over.
Sometimes I'm like moving and like making sounds and like trying to reposition, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, trying to roll over, like such a simple task. That's been really challenging. I had no idea, like, you don't realize once you lose your ab muscles, like how much you use your core in so many activities simply laying on the bed.
What else? You had the round ligament, you know, you walk slower.
Yeah, I walk so slow. I was walking Hazel today and this couple like in their 70s or 80s passed me. And I was like, okay, I'm walking really slow.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, you walk slower, so I walk slower. And yeah, I have to like pull her boots on every time.
Sometimes,
now. You always get me to do that.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm like on the verge of not being able to put my socks on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I like look over at Christina now and I'm just like, whoa, she's so big. Like, and it's just like you're getting bigger every day.
I know. Yeah.
Like we were in full pregnant mode like a month ago.
Yeah.
Now we're like beyond that.
So, and just in terms of the changes, how has that influenced you? Like, what has been your experience then with the changes that have taken place? Like,
not much, really.
Yeah, you just adjust.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't
You've been pretty good.
It's like it hasn't.
Requests.
Yeah, yeah. Like your requests they're not actually that much. You know, they're just like, oh, bring me my water, bring me my pills, bring me something to eat. You know, bring me my socks, bring me this, bring me that.
Yeah, because once you get into
bring me my keys.
Once you get into a position, it's hard getting in and out. You know, so it's like.
So when we sit,
So once I'm sitting down, it's like, don't make me get up.
Once she's sitting down, it's pretty much known around the house that I will be the one getting up.
Around the house?
Yeah.
The two of us?
That's right. It's like a thing. Like, if she's in position, I know I'm going to be the one getting up and letting the dog in and out and getting extra food and stuff. Oh, and this is the other thing. This is what I've noticed about you.
What?
She has this new meal. It's called the top-up meal. And it happens after dinner. So we have our dinner meal together, and then as soon as we're done eating, Christina has her top-up meal, and it's the meal that she eats right after dinner.
That has happened seriously twice, okay?
More than twice.
No, twice. My ears are so red right now. That happened twice, and it's not a full meal, it's a snack.
Right after dinner.
It's what you call a top-up, just, you know, topping it up.
Yeah, because like the dinner isn't enough. That's funny.
Sometimes it's like I'll eat the meal and there'll be something I'm missing. There's something that didn't like totally round out I like need that last bit to round out the meal. So I just trust it and go with it. But literally it's happened like 2 times. Looking back, anything you would do differently?
No, it's, you know, our roles are very interesting. I'm just kind of here, and then Christina's like here preparing for the pregnancy, and like you got all the baby stuff and you're like doing all that. And it seems like we talked about this the other day, like that seems more natural for you.
Yeah.
And it seems more natural for me to just be like a support in that. And you're like, you know, I will say I found myself in the baby section a couple times and that was pretty fun. Like I've never been into the baby section before, like with the intent of buying baby stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Get to go to the baby section and see what's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get y'all excited, huh?
Get little like baby clothes and stuff.
What would you say is important for other dads or partners to be aware of with the second trimester? What would you want to bestow upon future parents to be in that position?
Nothing. Like it's pretty much easy. Like you just have like whatever. There's millions of dads out there. Like,
I know, but just based on your
tips?
experience. Yeah, just based on your experience.
No tips. Based on my experience.
Yeah.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any tips to give. What did I do? Nothing.
Well, you've been like the support role, right?
I think it depends on the relationship.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like this child was a mistake, and it's not like we're resisting it. We both are embracing it.
Yeah,
we both want a baby, so it's like we're ready. So we're, you know, anything that comes up as part of the process, we're already open and willing to participate with it.
Yeah.
Oh, we have been reading to the baby at night as a point of like starting with that vocabulary development, right?
Yeah.
Really, that's what it is for me.
Yeah. It's also for me though, like just a point of like a time for like the 3 of us to get together and spend time together, and he's obviously learning our voices. And
I have been thinking about that because I do feel like I'm a little bit absent-minded, like distant from my reality. Like I get pretty focused on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
To the point of like I'm not here in the reality that I should be in, or that I could be in more and participating with, and I feel like he's gonna be in that reality. And so I've been kind of thinking about that, like I wonder what it's gonna be like, and also like seeing, okay, I don't have to really wait for him to be born for that to happen, where I'm now gonna be participating in this reality where I can sit down with you and him and like read a book.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I can't do that. I got shit to do, you know? Like I got to do stuff. So I've been thinking about, I wonder how I'm going to be as a person supporting another little being, also known as a father. I don't know why I said it that way. Because I've been thinking about that point, that relationship of like who I'm going to be with this child, and realizing too that, you know, this is something I did realize actually, so this is something I would say as a tip, realizing that this relationship that I have with this being is going to be my relationship with it. So it's like my only reference point for a father-son relationship is like the relationship I have with my dad and my dad's relationship with him. I guess I see lots of dads and their sons, but the direct one is the relationship that I had with my dad.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a realization that, oh, you know what? The relationship that I have with my son might not be what it is like with my dad. That relationship is what it is. And so it was kind of like freeing, because I kind of had this point for a while of just like thinking or almost experiencing that it was just going to be the same, but the roles are going to be reversed. But essentially the dynamics, everything will be the same. It was kind of limiting because it's like, well, wait a minute, no. I kind of was realizing, well, no, this is going to be different. Like I walked a different life I'm 39. My dad had me when he was 22. Like,
Yeah, wow.
there's so many, or 23, something like that, young. There's so many differences, so it's like the point of realizing, oh, I'm free to define this relationship, create this relationship with this child based on who I am, based on what I understand, my, you know, what I've understood, how the world works and whatever. So, and so that's been kind of cool to be like, oh, this can be what I want it to be instead of fearing that it might be something that I don't want it to be.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about that point too about you touching the stomach as a point of grounding yourself? There was a few moments.
Yeah, that was like...
Do you want to talk about that?
Sure, yeah. It was a point of being aware of what you're transferring to the child. So when I touched the stomach, I became very aware of my energy, of my experience, of my state, you know, my resonance, as being that which is actually what the child is going to pick up on or experience at this stage, you know, because he can't see me per se, but it's like my resonance, my vibration, he would be picking up on now already, and yours. And so if there's anxiety in the environment, I'm sure on some level he can pick up on that, right? So just that point of when I touched the belly, it was like I became very aware of my state. So if I was like in high energy, and then I would touch the belly and I would like realize, okay, I can't be in this like super high, frantic energy, anxiety state. So I have to calm down, because what is that presence that I want to exemplify or support the child in becoming? And it's like, I don't even feel like I have to support the child in becoming that, but almost like I have to support myself to become that, because I want to be more stable, more grounded, more calm. Because I've been around people like that, and that's like very supportive to be in this world, right? Seeing that point really clearly whenever I touched your stomach, because it was like, okay, well, what is my experience right now? Because he's picking up on that. I don't want to transfer that over.
And the final question, what are you most looking forward to in the 3rd trimester?
Baby being born?
Yeah.
This is the thing.
Saw that coming.
This is the thing though, like the fear now, like initially was the baby being born, and now it's like, or the baby getting through the first stage. And now it's like the pregnancy point. So I do have fears around that, like what's gonna happen during the pregnancy.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna be okay? Is the baby gonna be okay?
The birth.
The birth. Yeah. But at the same time, just like it will be what it will be. Like we can prepare, and you've been preparing, and that's it. So not like going into any fears about it. Just kind of trusting the process too.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I've been enjoying the whole thing, really.
Yeah.
So the final stages of it is gonna be fun too. I'm looking forward to when the water breaks. That moment where we're like, okay, this is happening. Like that'll be fun, man.
Yeah. It will be fun.
Or even that week. That week before, leading up to it.
Yeah.
Where it'll be like, okay, this baby could be here like anytime.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
It will be.
Yeah. So that's basically it.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, final thoughts?
Nope.
Okay, well, thanks for being back here. We'll do maybe another one about the 3rd trimester.
Maybe we'll have a little nugget sitting right here.
That's not a dog.
That's not a dog.
Okay, well, thanks for watching and walking with, guys, and see you next week.